What's going on, guys? Matt here. I'm just gonna give you guys some updates on the 0.0.13 patch for the pre-alpha. They released some new cards and made some changes to the quest and gold acquisition that happens in the game. Just wanted to kind of cover over these real quick, give some quick thoughts and opinions on them, and cover a few other bits of news. So let's jump into it. So they added 6 new cards here. You can see the list here. Let me scroll down a little bit so you can see them all here. And basically, there it looks like there's one for Songhai, a couple neutral minions, one for Abyss, and one for Magmar. And we'll just kind of go in order here. So, Heaven's Eclipse, deal 2 damage to an enemy minion for each spell you cast this game. So I don't know if this is, I'm curious to see how this one works. Is it you put it on a minion and then every time you cast a spell it hits them? That'll be pretty devastating to a lot of higher health minions. Or is it just a one-shot burst like, hey, I've cast 8 spells this match and it's just going to drop 10 damage on them? Not sure. Either way, it's still a really strong spell for 3 cost. And a lot of Songhai decks have a lot of spells at their disposal. Chaos Elemental, he's a 5/5 3 cost. Whenever this minion takes damage, it moves to a random space. This actually seems pretty interesting and could be pretty strong for several decks. I mean, a 3 cost minion that's 5/5 seems like a no-brainer. There are plenty of ways you could buff this minion. Give him flight, give him more health, heal him back up before he gets to attack again. So definitely a nice strong minion. I'd be interested to see. Like, you'll definitely have to specialize it somehow. This one, the Vindicator, is incredibly interesting to me. And seems like a double-edged sword, really. I mean, it's a 1/3 2 cost that has rush, but this minion, the minions summoned near this minion gain rush. Now it doesn't say ally minion, so that means if an enemy has an airdrop, he could airdrop something right on it and then be active. Or if it's just one of those matches where everything's really close together, you drop a minion near this, then you get rush. It seems like a really powerful minion, but also could be trumped very quickly. So I'm excited to see it played. I'm thinking about using it in my Magmar deck. Yeah, incredibly powerful, but also very dangerous. Risk reward is high on that card. The Rite of the Undervault is a Abyss card. For 2 mana, you fill up your action bar again. So basically, let's say you've played several cards that are low cost and you still have some mana left over. Use this card to get some more draws in there. Could be really strong. So especially with a low cost Abyss deck. The Jax True Sight minion, 4 cost 1/1, doesn't seem incredibly strong, but then its opening gambit, it summons a 1/1 ranged tracker in each unoccupied corner. So that means you can basically, for a 4 cost, you're summoning 5 units. Now, and if you have a deck that can buff them all instantaneously, this could be really strong, right? Especially spreading your units across the map. Really like the possibilities with this minion and interested to see where it goes from here. Definitely thinking about adding that one to my deck for sure. The Crystal Wisp, this is also another interesting minion. Basically, when you play this card, it will give you an additional mana core for the rest of the game. Permanent, gain 1 permanent core, and cores are the mana crystals. So instead of having a max of 9, you now have a max of 10. This could be really strong for a deck that's built for late game and maybe can sustain some of the early game burst. This might really shift some of the meta that's been going on with these quick matches. Like I said, this is some quick thoughts about all those new cards that have just come out. Really excited to see all of them in play. Yeah, let's just go over the quest and gold. So they've changed the way that kind of goes here. I'll just kind of read you some of the highlights. Basically, Your first win of the day will give you 25 gold. Playing 4 ranked matches, not just playing against friends, but ranked matches will earn you 10 gold. So with a maximum of 50 gold a day. So that's actually pretty good. It's nice to see that it's not just always about wins. It's just playing more and more of the game and developing, especially for newcomers to the game. That'll be great for them. The number of quests that you can have per day have been reduced to 2 as well. And it sounds like they're working on changing some of the quest requirements and rewards as well. So they might take you a little bit longer, but be worth more. Who knows? Still, stay tuned for that. They've removed Dark Seed. It's an Abyss card. They'll bring it back in a later patch. They say. I believe that's the card that gives a 10-1 or changes your minion to 10-1. Super strong, and yeah, interested to see what they're going to do that and bring it back. Wraithling Spawn, basically it's another card for the Abyss that they're changing up. It's now limited to a normal summoning space. Basically, I guess, even though it's a spell, you have to summon it just like you would a normal Wraithling. And I believe this one summons 3 Wraithlings to a random area. Another big change is they've updated the UI. It's a little bit different. I don't have an image to show you right now, but you'll definitely see them in future videos. I'm actually a fan of it. I know a lot of people don't like it as much, but it cleans it up and lets more of that fantastic artwork be shown of the board. So I'm a fan of it. There are a few minor tweaks here and there that could be worked out, but overall, huge fan of it. And I'll show you more of that as I upload more videos. They've also added a thing that lets you know how long it's going to take you to queue, like what's the estimated time. There are some minor bug changes, but nothing I really need to go over. And that's it for the 0.13 patch. Yeah, but one other thing I wanted to go over is they just kind of released this. It's they're shifting away from pay to play the game, meaning like you pay, hey, I pay $20 or whatever it may be, and I get a copy of the game. They're moving towards a free-to-play model, and for some of the Kickstarter backers, they're basically, including myself, they're giving basically one of every card for the existing factions and all one of each neutral card. You can have a total of 3, so it's 1/3 of the way there for the collection basically. And then for some of the higher tier backers, they're giving you the new faction that has yet to come out, the Vinar, and giving you one of every card for both of their accounts. Like I said, so they're moving to this. I know there are a lot of people not as happy about this, but I personally am. I'm a huge fan of Dota 2, Hearthstone, who do this really well. For those people who want to be competitive and be able to pay money to get those booster packs, maybe they don't have the time to dedicate, but are interested in developing it. I'm also a huge fan because it gives the developers a consistent revenue stream to keep making updates to the game, and that's what they've mentioned throughout this patch. I'll post the links to both of these threads in the video below. I'd love to hear what you guys think about these changes. Are you mad about the free-to-play? Are you mad about the UI change? What card are you most interested to see in battle? Yeah, but that's